SC has denied the cancer drug patent to Novartis. Mind you, first things first, this is not a big financial blow for Novartis per se, but it is, well, thankfully it is not a negative for the generic companies like Cipla, like Ranbaxy, like a smaller company like Natco. So that has not happened, which is a good thing. Mind you, Novartis had challenged the Section 3D of India's Patent Act, and I think what the SC has done is they have denied the cancer drug patent to Novartis, which means, I mean, Novartis cancer drug, just to give you some idea, the cancer drug of Novartis costs $70,000 a year. Indian generics can cost up to $2,500 a year. Now, Novartis had gone ahead and challenged the Section 3D of India's Patent Act because they wanted the patent to stay. The patent officer, of course, refused to grant patent on Novartis cancer drug, which is Glivec. Now, what has happened is that the Supreme Court has gone ahead and denied the cancer drug patent to Novartis, which is, in a way, a small positive for companies like Cipla, like Ranbaxy, like Natco. Had this not happened, it would have been a bit of a negative for these companies because they would not have been able to sell and Novartis would have got the sole rights. Now, which is why you're seeing these companies react. Pull up a Ranbaxy, pull up a Natco Pharma. That's the other one that will be reacting positively for sure. It's a smaller name, but yeah, it's kind of come into the news as well. So these are the stocks which are reacting positively on news. I think Darshan is tracking this very closely and he joins us right now for the first update. Darshan, first, I'm guessing it is not a big impact for Novartis financially, but I think it's a positive for the generics.
Well, clearly, see, this drug has actually annual sales worldwide of close to $4.5 billion. But, you know, in India, it's a very, very small fraction of it. Clearly, at this point of time, on the financials of Novartis, it won't make any impact. But, you know, given the fact it's a listed company and sentimentally you're seeing the big downtick coming in on Novartis because of this drug. So financially, there is no impact. Yes, positive. You pointed out the drugs. There are a couple of drugs couple of companies which are into drug making. So one of them was Cipla, Natco and Ranbaxy, a couple of private companies. But this is not a very big drug. It's a very, very niche drug that actually comes in because, you know, it's a specialized product. $70,000 a year was the price that Novartis is charging. Indian generics can make the same at $2,500. But this actually paves way because this is the first case post the patent regime change that has happened to actually come ahead and Supreme Court has given a verdict. So this will be the case against which, you know, the other cases that come in the future will be benchmark against. So this actually a lot of lawyers will now argue and a lot of MNC pharma companies will now argue, how will India be viewed as a patent destination? Because they will actually say that India will be a country in which, you know, it will be, people will be saying that, you know, patents are difficult to come in because the other companies and other countries where this drug is, they have, Novartis has managed to get the patent. It's only India in which, you know, they have not got this patent. What the Indian laws, the patent laws actually say that, you know, in case you want to apply for a patent, you know, you have to get something that, you know, in the drug there is an effect in terms of their therapeutic value or there is some healing that happens, not in terms of the components of the drug. And that was what Novartis was arguing. If you read the papers of the past few days, you know, Novartis had actually braced itself for this. You can there were comments by the Novartis officials indicating that they also expected that the case will not go in their way. And clearly you're seeing that over the past few days. You saw the case with Nexavar and Natco, how, you know, the patent was given and Natco was given to make the cancer drug. So clearly at this point of time, not financial implications anywhere on any of the companies, but clearly it will be a big landmark judgment because the future cases will depend on this case now.
Novartis's appeal has been dismissed. Hello? Supreme Court says that whichever standard you adopt to interpret Section 3D, Novartis's product Glivec does not constitute for patent in India.
Ma'am, what are the grounds for this particular judgment? What they have said?
Okay, Supreme Court has said that the product imatinib mesylate, jo chemical hai, it was known prior to 95 through an earlier patent of Novartis. So the new patent cannot be granted because it is just a little modification of the old one.
What does it mean for Cipla and Ranbaxy?
Drug makers in India, ma'am, now with this, the implication on them? See, there could be various implications on this. However, one implication is clear that the Indian provision, Section 3D, has been completely upheld, number one. Number two, patents would be granted only for genuine inventions and repetitive patenting will not be allowed.
Okay, what is the implication for Cipla and Ranbaxy of Glivec?
Yes, the court held that merely because Glivec is more soluble or more stable, it doesn't qualify by itself for patent protection.
हिंदी में बता दें मैम कि कोर्ट ने क्या बोला?
drugs in India.
Yes.
What does this judgment mean?
It means that whatever patents are granted will be only for genuine inventions, and the generic medicines would be available in India and for the world, because India is the pharmacy of the world.